Shalom, family. So, um, if you saw one of my other videos, I was telling you how I used the paper bag to curl my curls on my braids, and they were curling. They were so curled this morning. And then after I took a shower, and I got to have the hottest water I can handle, my hair said, "Girl, you tripping?" So this is what we're left with. But it's a hairdo that I ain't gotta mess with. So that's all I care about. So again, shalom, family. How is everyone? Today has been a day for me. Um, I was on that I'm done with this life kind of attitude today. So I'm getting money and stuff together for homeschool. We're gonna play Wheel of Fortune with his spelling words, and I'm just, you know, cut out his money, and then I found some Monopoly money. So I don't know. We're gonna figure out how we're gonna make homeschool fun. I like to have him study in a fun way if I can. So I've done a lot of writing today. Um, Today's video is called When Pain Gets Loud Before It Heals. Okay, so I'm going to try to read this a little bit, and we're going to see what I end up doing with this. So before I read, I'll just say, when you've been through a lot of things in your life, a lot of traumatic things in your life, sometimes things can trigger your emotions, and you don't expect it. Because I don't tell people that I'm healed. I'm healing because, like I said, I've been through a lot. I can remember back as four, excuse me, I can remember far back as 4 years old. And then my dad told me about 2 years of my life that I lived when I was living with him early on. And yeah, it wasn't nice. And he told the story about the things he did to me as if it was, you know, giving me directions to the store. So I've been through a lot, like a whole lot, and I am definitely healing, but it's still a process. And today I had something trigger me in such a way that if I wasn't grounded, I'd have jumped out this window. And I'm so serious. This is for educational purposes only. So I'm going to try to read this, okay? It says, when pain gets loud before it heals. What happened? Recently, something triggered me. A deep pain in me, a pain I didn't even know was still there. I reacted from a place that surprised me, and it reminded me. Sometimes we think we're healed until life presses on our bruises. We didn't know we still had pain showing up loud, pain showing up messy, pain showing up in confusion, anger, tears, or feelings like you want to run. But that doesn't mean you're failing. It means you're healing deeper than you ever have before. At least that's my prayer. Ooh. Yeah. I realized today that the part of me that reacted wasn't the grown woman, it was the little girl in me, the one who never got healed properly. Sometimes Yah lets us see that wounded part so we can finally deal with it instead of hiding. Um, I know for a fact that for many years I couldn't try to heal. It's hot in here today, you guys. I couldn't try to heal because I couldn't face what I've been through. It was too much. It was too traumatic. It was a lot for me to deal with, and so I wasn't able to even give it a name, give it a voice, give it a thought, actually, because I tried to, your body has a way, your brain has a way of doing things. Your body remembers things, and your brain tries to help you forget things. Like it tries to help you because it knows that you're not capable of handling it, right? So as I'm healing, things are still coming to the surface. So that I can know that this part of me needs to be healed too. Now, I still can't put a name to it. Well, I kind of can. It took a while. It's like 5 o'clock in the evening, and I've usually made a video by now. Today would have been a homeschool day, but my grandson did so well on two of his tests that I gave him today off. So, yeah, I've been struggling today. Um, but let me go back to it. Okay. It says, what am I learning? That healing doesn't mean we don't break down. Healing means when we break, we don't stay broken. We come back, we breathe, we talk it out, we face the part of us that's still hurting. And like I said, sometimes we're hurting so much, or the pain is so deep and so big that you cannot deal with it. Um, so okay, I'm not gonna say unfortunately because it is fortunate because I'm still being able to heal. But sometimes it sneak up on you and you're not expecting it, and it's like you're all in your emotions and you don't even know what to do with that because you don't even understand really. Um, Encouragement to others. I labeled them different things because different things was coming out. So if you're ever wait, sorry. So if you've ever reacted in a way that scared you or confused you or made you feel like you're going backwards, you're not alone. You're definitely not crazy. You're not failing. You're just finally hitting the wand. Excuse me, you're excuse me. You're just now finally hitting the wound that needs Yah's touch. Sometimes I can't read my own writing. Um, but what can you do? First of all, please don't hide from it. You can't, because here's what I'm learning. When it comes, that means Yah knows you're able to deal with it. You can get past it. That's why he brings it to you little by little, because he knows all of it at once would be way too much for you. So a little bit at a time comes. Now you may not know when it comes. Like you you may not know. Like I could have been out and about with someone and this happened, and I'm thankful that I was in the house, right? So number one, don't hide from your pain, because that's when the enemy seeps in and he starts really getting in your head, because it's like, I got her, I got her. Don't run from it. Don't pretend you're okay when you're not okay. Talk. Everyone needs someone to talk to. um, I do have someone that I talk to now that I'm able to chat with. That's a neutral person that I can chat with and talk to, and helps me think and helps me see things clearer, um, rather than through the pain and through the aggravation that I be going through. Um, so it says talk, pray, cry, be honest about what hurt you, or that you're still hurting. Because, like I said, initially, I didn't even get what was happening. All I knew is I was triggered and I was ready to hurt somebody, like literally. Um, so be honest about what you're feeling and what you're going through. Because honestly, that's when the healing gets to start. because you have to acknowledge it. And here's the thing, like when you've gone through trauma and you've gone through all of the crazy stuff, you definitely need a healing. You do need a healing. It has to come up. It has to come up and come out. Because if you don't, it's just going to fester and stay inside you. And that's how the enemy messes with you, because you're letting this eat you up on the inside. And that's when depression sets in. And for me, depression would set in, and I would be like hibernating in my room. But then I get to that point where I want to go outside, but I can't handle or deal with people. So, what I'm going to do, um, I had to give myself some courage so that I can go out there and face the world without facing the world the way that I'm feeling. So, I would drink. Alcohol was like my best friend. uh, Drugs, illegal drugs, all of them, everything. I took pills and drinking. I did a lot of stuff. Like I was just drinking, and I was doing it all at once. The candy, the nose candy, I've done it all. Like I've done it, and I was just trying to put a band-aid over it, I guess. Um, but of course, that doesn't help. Um, that doesn't help at all. If anything, it makes it worse. So in closing, I wrote, I'm still learning what that wound is in me. Hold on. Still learning what that wound is in me. Yeah, that's what I wrote. But I know Yah will show me, and I pray this video helps someone recognizes the wounds in themselves. You're not alone in your healing. We're doing this together, right? That's why I do these videos, because, for years, for many, many years, I felt like I was the only one. Like I just felt all alone. I felt like there is no way that anyone else is going through what I'm going through. Now, we might not have had the same trauma, but pain is pain. And whatever you're feeling is what you're feeling. And we need a release from it, because if we don't, it will eat us alive. Like literally, it will eat us alive. And and the enemy knows that. The enemy is going to do any and everything it can do to make sure that it keeps you in that space. Um, but you got to let it know. Absolutely not. I will not live here. I can't live here because I want to live. You know, like I really want to live. I can't be who I'm called to be if I'm not healing, or at least on the page of healing. Because trust me, who the Most High has called us to be is major. It's a big deal. When you've been called to do something, it's a big deal. Okay, it's a big deal, and you have to be able to regulate those emotions. We have to, because those emotions come and they take over if you let it. It will take over you. Um, and before you know it, you've been made a choice and done something that you would not have done if you wasn't in that emotional state. And so I'm really big on, we need to talk about it. We need to get it out. We need to not hold it in. We gotta make it be known, because like like growing up in my dad's house, it was like don't nobody knows what goes on in this house. What goes on in this house stays in this house. Um, and I did that for a long time because I got tired of getting beat if I told somebody. Because people are something. I don't know if they were doing it on purpose or what, but why? If I'm telling you this man is doing these things to me, why would you tell him what I said? Like, why would you do that? Like, that was the enemy's way to try to keep my mouth shut so that I would keep it in and hold it in. But no, I don't want to hold it in. I need it to get out because I don't want that festering inside of me, because it's just killing me slowly. Educational purposes only, and I don't mean literally kill. I mean like, well, I do sorta, but I don't mean like, pew pew brains. I mean, it's you're living, but you're not living. Like you're existing is basically what that is. I'll say it. That's what it is. You're just existing, um, and that's not living. That's not living at all. So I have got to allow myself to heal. That's why I had to say you can't run from it. You can't ignore it. You have to acknowledge it, and you got to put some word to it. You got to put some feeling to it. You got to put something to it so that you can get it up and out of you. You got to. I mean, you just have to do it. And I know it's not going to be easy. Like it's living this life is not easy, but it's worth it. In the end, it's worth it. You know. Yeah. Yeah. I had a rough day today. I really had a rough day today. The thoughts I was having, the choices I was making. But as I was saying these things in my head, as I was hearing the thoughts that I was having, I was still grounded enough in the Most High to say, "Help me. I need help because I'm about to do something." And remember that there's a scripture that says, "He does not give you more than you can handle." And I was thinking today, that scripture is a lie, but I also know that His word will never come back void, right? So in the midst of me, I was ready to, I can't even tell y'all the things I was thinking today. He allowed something to happen so He could snap me out of it. And then I was able to cry and move forward. And then I was able to put words to it. I had to put some words to it. I had to write it out. That's why when I tell you I write constantly, like that's just something else, not alone. But I write constantly because I have to. Like it's a must for me. It helps me so much. I get to see it. I get to read it, and then I can heal from it, and then I can go back. Like if something happens, I have something I can go back to and look at and be like, okay, no, this is what this is, or oh, wait a minute, I need to do this, because sometimes when you're in the midst of it all, you can't even think straight. Like you just can't. I couldn't think straight today. I was gone. Like I was so gone today. But the Most High gave me exactly what I needed, and He knew that I was at my breaking point. He knew it, and as soon as when I was about to like literally just lose it, He allowed something to happen to snap me out of it. And the minute I got snapped out of it, I had to write. I had to write because I'm like, okay, and this has to be a video because I know I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one. And I want, like I said before, these videos will always be transparent. I'm going to always be honest. Um, some days I may cry. Some days I may be pissed off and angry. Some days I might just have a little something to read and keep it moving because sometimes it's hard to talk because of the things I've been through. Yeah. So I pray that this helps someone. I pray that whoever this video is supposed to reach, it will reach that person. If you need to vent, you have a question, or you just want to say something in the comments, please do. This is a safe space. Um, as long as you're not being rude. I will block you and keep it moving. No hurts, no feelings hurt. I will just block you and keep it moving. Um, don't forget I have books that can help you heal. You can always just go to my Amazon store and just check out the free samples and just read them, and see what those pages do for you. I promise you it'll make you want to read more. I promise you. I wrote the book and I've done it. I literally was just like, oh wow, you know, wow. Um, Follow me on Amazon, like, share, subscribe, do all of the things, please. I'm really trying to get enough subscribers because I would like to go live. I would really like to just go live and just chit chat with people, read people's questions, and just see where people are at and see how I can help in any way. Because I didn't go through all the stuff I've been through for nothing. Trust and believe. Sometimes I sit and I just be like, I cannot believe all the stuff I've been through. And, you know, I'm not saying that I'm gorgeous or anything, but I feel so amazing. Like, I don't look like what I've been through. And that is a blessing to me. Like, that is such a blessing to me. I don't like to wear a whole lot of makeup. I will put on some lipstick. Definitely putting these eyebrows. I can't stand not having no eyebrows. It just bugs me. I might put a little eyeshadow on, and I might put a little something, something on to make my, you know, open my eyes up a little bit. But I don't really like to wear a whole lot of makeup. I used to say put my face on. I gotta put my face on. Um, but today, as y'all can see, most of my videos, I don't have anything on. I'm just talking and just letting it out because I'm, I'm on a mission to help as many people as I can. This life is worth living. We got to get healed. We got to. Cannot allow the enemy to stop what the Most High has for us. So enjoy the rest of your evening. I'll probably make another video before the night's over with. If not, I definitely have some little things I'd like to read later. And it's actually pertaining to what I went through today. So there's that. Shalom, family. I love you, and I will see you later. Let's heal together.